All right, and we're live. Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. Sorry we were not here last weekend. We had some storms going on and didn't want to go live just in case it cut off on us, which is probably a good thing because power was out at work and all that as well. So it was kind of a strange weekend that weekend. First time I ever got sent home from work. That being said, we'll jump over to Alan to get it started up right.
Well, yeah, I'm glad we were back this week, and if this thing will stop blowing up on me, good gravy, we can go ahead and start off in the usual fashion.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you all for that. Gonna go over to the YouTube participations list, see who's out there. According to YouTube, the first one, as always, is the YouTube auditor. YouTube auditor, these are for you. Thank you very much. Firearms 101, Garage Guy 879, George Washington out there, German Ninja, M. Gabrielle. Let's see what is happening to this list. This thing is going nuts. A Redbird 491, JH here in the room, Walter Davis out there, Andy's 79Z28, Edward Petty, the one, the only, Pimptastic Chico Wise. Yeah, it's starting to come in, and hopefully it's going to be a great evening. We've got Big Al also out there. Always good to see Big Al. Lone Wolf 76 piping in. Good to see you. Yep, looks like it's going to end up being a great evening. We've got a lot of phenomenal, solid topics. We've got agenda and structure for you tonight.
Now you sound like the government. You all know better than that. With that being said, we'll start going through the room. Jamie, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I hope everybody is. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the link. Look forward to spending time with you guys on the panel, all you folks in the side chat, and I want to thank you in advance for putting up with what you're about to, what I may spew from my mouth.
We're looking forward to that one. Daniel, what's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. Thanks for having me on. It's been a couple of weeks. Everybody here in my house doing good. Pretty much back to work, back to school, and we're getting ready for the second wave of shutdowns. So now that I've got them all out, I've just been dealing with my own personal ammo shortage. I got a box down here, a 9mm all loaded up. Hunting season's coming up, so I got all these 44 Magnums, brass all done, 100 rounds of bullets to put them in, and a couple pounds of primer, and yeah, I've got primers to put in them too. So all in all, not doing too bad. Thank you.
Awesome, good deal, man. I like that big pile of 44 brass. Heck yeah. Talking my language. Val, how you doing, brother?
I had a hell of a week, but I survived it, and hopefully it'll get better. I picked something up, and I'm loading ammo for it. It's similar to 44 Magnum. This is the original Buffalo Killer, 45 long Colt. So these are the 250 grain Hornady. So I might drop the video later on what I picked up that shoots that. Other than that, I'm hoping we're not gonna freaking shut down, because that's gonna put a whole big ass dent in all my plans. But Right now I got bigger problems, so
Yeah.
I guess we'll play by the ear. Upside down. There you go.
There you go. And then we got Joshua with us. How's it going, buddy?
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me. I was looking forward to seeing all you guys on the panel. Because I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and as you can probably tell by the title of my name, yes, I'm a special Olympics guy. Doing it for years. I'm a basic guy. Basic man for sure. Our family's doing good. No one's got the crap yet, so I'm just cruising along.
Nice. Good to have you, buddy.
Good to have you too, man.
So, Val, what did you pick up? Are you going to tell us, or are you going to keep us in suspense?
No, I'm not telling you. You're gonna have to wait. I'm not telling you.
All right, I can deal with that. So, how's the fundraiser going right now? I saw we're almost at $6 grand.
Yeah, the fundraiser jumped up a little bit. I had a couple of guys that worked for me. They pitched in a little money and they spread the word, so that helped. I have probably another $600 or $700 in cash that I was given by other people and PayPal and stuff like that. So we're definitely on the right track. I really hope that we can make it. And like I said in the video, Monica's being released from a hospital today. She should be home by now. The sad news is they didn't release her from a hospital because she's doing better. She's just stable. So really, there's no good prognosis over there. And ever since I started this raffle, I mean, she went downhill in 2 months like you wouldn't believe. So while on top of everything, pretty much my entire family on my wife's side back home, back in the old country, is COVID-19 positive.
Oh my!
Yeah. Guess who isn't? My father-in-law, that drinks like a fish, like me. So he disinfects everything on a regular basis, and there's a good chance he's the one that brought it in because he was in hospital.
That's crazy.
It is, but you know what? They're all young people, all healthy. I'm not really worried about it. You know.
Just tell them to drink some whiskey; they'll be fine.
Now they drink some other stuff. It's basically a rye, like a homemade rye. little more potent.
Arby's, for when you want to eat something that looks like your
Big
girlfriend.
Al, shout out to you, man. Thanks for the compliment to my friend, our friend. That's really kind of you.
I did actually come across an ammo score. Well, I wouldn't really call it a score. It was just some ammo. And I was only allowed to actually purchase one box of this phenomenal stuff. It is
White Box.
Winchester White Box 5.56. But it is the 150 round box, so it's not a complete loadout. Not a complete loadout. And what the hell did I pay for it? Well, here's the tag for you tag bags or whatever. That is $96.29. So what is that? 67 cents a round.
Jesus Christ.
Winchester White Box. But this is honestly the first bit of 5.56 that I have seen on the shelves anywhere in my local area for 2 months.
Well, I picked up a box of ammo myself here not too long ago. First time I bought ammo in I don't even know, 4 years, something like that. Something, I don't know. I've lost count. It's been a long time. No, actually, last time I bought ammo was the Dead Zero shoot. So that was what, 2 years ago, something like that. So I picked up 32, and they had $35 on this box. And I told the lady, I'm like, you're nuts. I'm not paying that. You know, she told me, she's like, what do you want to pay? She asked me, and I was like, well, she said, give me a second. I looked it up. I was like, 22. Okay. So I got it for $22.
Yeah,
See that
that's what kind of bugs me too. Like I understand ammo's hard to come by and the new ammo's more money, but like I know, like for example, I know a local store that literally has a big ass tractor trailer full of ammo behind that's been there for years, and out of the blue they jack up the goddamn prices big time, and shit like that just drives me nuts. Like my guy, he was never the cheapest one around. But even now, you find depending on the ammo, you find a buck 50 for $26, $28 over there, which is still a lot, but less than freaking anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, I stopped at that one store that Firearms 101 has been going to. And I was up there last week, and they still had some 9mm. I forget how much it was a box, like $19 or something like that. And I mean, it's not terrible, but it's still obviously not great. Still way more than it should be, but I passed on it. Didn't have any primers, unfortunately. That's what I went there to check on primers. They had no primers.
Well, I was holding this box up here. I picked up some Federal small pistol, and they put you down, for they limit you to only 1,000 rounds when it's in. But okay, for all you tag people out there, try to get that in there. Can you see the price? Goes for basically $4.99 for a box of 100 with $1.89 discount. I paid $31 for 1,000. That's military discount. Pays to save your country.
Wow. So, are you going to send some my way? I haven't been able to see primers in 2 months. The last time I saw primers, I bought as many as they'd let me buy.
You just got to find out what day they restock when the truck comes in, and be there before they open in the morning and get in line early. The week before this last Friday, I was number 3 in line. Okay. I was the first guy not to get any primers because the first guy in line got a box of small rifle and a box of small pistol. Then there was just one little box of small pistol left. And we're all standing there, we're staring at it. And they said, go ahead. I grabbed it, but then I felt guilty because I said I was going to beat this gal up one time, and I gave her the box of primers. So that should get me okay, good now. But I went in there this weekend. They had like 25 boxes of 1,000 of pistol and another 25 boxes of small rifle. So there was no fights on that one. But they were gone within 5 minutes.
Well, and Firearms 101, absolutely correct. If the employees don't get it first. And when you live in a small town in the middle of Iowa, there's this thing called the Good Old Boy Network. And yeah, all them boys are stacking it high and deep. But if you ain't part of the Good Old Boy Network, you ain't getting squat.
Well, I guess you gotta get into the network. You gotta be good old boy.
Yeah, go over there and do a little home repair for them, and just get in good with the guys.
Yep.
You see them at the BMW, buy them a beer.
Go to your little small shops. That's where I got this one at, small shop. They trust me when I say what prices are.
So Daniel, you got a limit on how many primers you can buy?
Yeah, 1,000.
Oh, okay. Because the last time I saw primers in a store, I wind up and I bought every single one he had there, and I was paying well over $50 a thousand, and I didn't care. I'm like, I'm taking everything.
I've noticed there's a pattern of when the primers come in and when they don't come in. On one time, they'll maybe have 2 or 3 boxes and that's it. Then the following week, they'll have 50 boxes of them. So it just takes a little research and a little footwork and show up early.
Well, AFK Foraging and Adventures had a question out there. And it has to do with using dryer sheets in your tumbling media.
What would be the purpose of that?
It's supposed to cut down on the static electricity, and the brass is supposed to be a little bit cleaner, so the dust doesn't stick to it. But I'm gonna say, to hell with that, and go wet tumbling. That's the only way to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just bought a wet tumbler, and I have got so much brass. I got all my brass is clean now. I don't have any dirty brass in this house. And
wow, you don't shoot enough.
Right.
Oh, it's hunting season right now, so I'm just looking for one shot.
Yeah, when it's hunting season, we don't do a whole lot of shooting the Daniels.
Like here.
There you go.
That's all once fired 9mm. It's ready to be loaded. That's just one bucket.
That does not look like a bucket of brass. That looks like a bucket of gold.
I was gonna say that does not look like a bucket. That looks like a Tupperware.
Okay. How's that?
That's not a bucket.
Well, this is what it all came in the beginning. This thing was up to here at 9mm. So it's a lot of buckets. How about this one down here? Here's I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, Scotsman, he's going to have all the brass he needs.
I was gonna show you, but I don't know how to switch the camera. I'm not fucking with it.
Oh, I found one. I mean, here's the difference. This is run in that media corn husk stuff, and it just didn't get clean. 20 minutes in a wet tumbler, it comes out shiny.
Yeah, I missed that, Ghost Rider. Warhawk's doing a raffle. Shit, I gotta get in on it.
No, I did not hear that they might be letting us use high power. That would almost tempt me to get out there and start hunting deer.
Yeah,
what do y'all use now, man?
Well, high power or high point?
Oh, not high points. No, because they just don't want deer getting hit with pistols. No, it's limited. It's got to be straight wall case. So a lot of people out here use like 4570s. That's from what I understand. Now, again, I'm not a hunter, so. And I know quite a number of people that do hunt, and none of them want to take a rookie hunter out hunting with them. I get it. But for guys like me that have never been fucking hunting, where do you want me to learn it from? You want me to go out there and just kind of wing it?
See,
or
and
do you want me to go out with an experienced hunter that's going to be able to teach me the ropes and teach me what I should and shouldn't be doing?
Yeah, and to me, that's a bad hunter because they should be taking you out. They should be teaching you the ropes. They should take you under their wing and help you out. I just
Yeah,
makes
the
everyone
hardest-
else look bad.
The hardest thing right
Hey,
now for people with hunting is
Alan,
getting the hunting spot.
Yeah.
Because you got families.
I was gonna say,
up.
what is so difficult about hunting? You get up in the fucking tree, you strap yourself, and sit there and wait for the goddamn deer. It's not like you chase it and stalk it through the freaking woods. You wait for the goddamn thing to go by.
There you
I
go.
was-
That could take you out.
I was at my range last year practicing, and I kid you not, I'm like, I dropped the mag and go for the reload, and I had 2 deer ran right across. I mean, 4 feet in front of my face, they just ran across. I'm like, damn it!
Oh,
I
come
almost got
hunt
one,
season, them deer hide.
I almost got one not last night, but the night before going to work.
That would not be good on the new truck.
No, it would not.
That was-
Fortunately, I seen it in time and was able to get out the way. But yeah,
Okay, let me and Daniel help Alan out here for a minute.
Go ahead.
I would
I'm
say
listening
the
to you.
top 3 things in deer hunting. Number 1, scouting before the season starts. I think the best time to scout for deer is as soon as this deer season is over with. Get out in the woods and see what you can find. The next best time will be during the springtime when they shed their antlers. That's a great time to find out what the home range of the good bucks are. So scouting. Number 2 would be preparation. Get your stands right there. Figure out where they're moving, when they're going through there. Like Val was saying, you don't just go climb up in a tree and sit there and wait for a deer to come by because you're going to be sitting a long time. You got to know when they're coming and be there when they get there. And number 3, when I say preparation, back up to number 2, have your rifle ready and have your scope sighted in. Be confident with your rifle. Number 3 would be scent control and proper ethics. Take good care of your wash your clothes. Use that this stuff.
scent free and the stuff that don't ever wash your stuff in regular laundry because that UV brightener, you glow in the dark. The deer will see you.
That stuff's got that UV stuff. It makes you appear blue, and blue is one of the few colors that deer can see. So you stand out like a neon sign to a deer if you use regular laundry detergent. Plus, they can smell that stuff. So use your hunting type stuff, and that's one of the few products that I'll endorse. The scents thing, you know, the Tink 69, all that stuff, that may work, but on a really good mature buck, that ain't gonna fool no really good buck. So, you know, if you're content you killing 1.5 and 2.5 year old deer, then you know that's fine. But put your work in, get your stands out before September, and then get ready with your rifle and go kill a good one.
I don't know. I kind of like Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider says he lays on the ground with a knife and covers himself up with corn. That sounds like fun.
But I tried that once, but you lose the mechanical advantage because now you're under the deer and you got to work your way up. So on your corn pile, you got to put it over a good sized branch that you can lay on top of in a ghillie suit, and you just drop down on them and just slit their throat. If you miss with it, well, then you're a cowboy trying to stay on for 8 seconds.
Old man got a humor. So let me ask you a serious question. How much meat do you actually harvest of the deer? How many pounds of usable meat you get?
Up here in Ohio, just a full-grown deer starting out at 90 pounds. And when you get into the really, really big deer, you can get up to 140 to 150 pounds of just meat.
Okay. That's a lot of meat.
2 deer
I was
feeds a
gonna-
family of 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot of freaking work stocking all that stuff, but 90 pounds of meat, yeah, I'd say that's probably worth it.
Only the best for my family.
Yeah, and that's the
You
best
just gotta be,
protein.
you just gotta be a patient person.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not me. That's
Yeah.
not me. My biggest thing is like Friday morning at 2:00 in the morning, I was driving back from a hospital. I had to go pick up my wife from emergency room. That's a whole nother story. But I'm driving this windy road and just hit the brake, and I see a baby deer crossing the street, and mama's right there already on the other side. Of course, the deer froze, in the headlights. So just beeped the horn, he moved over. It was cute. So I don't know. It's got those eyes and all that. Like you break into my house, I got no problem blowing you out. But freaking deer, it's got those eyes. Like, oh my God, come on.
Those baby
Did you
deer are
say-
the best eating.
Did you just say you're a big softie?
Yes, I am. Absolutely. Like I would have no problem killing a pig because they're just nasty and dirty. I'll just freaking keep shooting that thing. But the deer is like, come on. Even a bear.
I was just
unless,
about to ask about hogs.
Yeah.
Barnaby Sanchez said in the side chat, we got hog hunts with just a knife. Come on down to Texas. And
Yeah, they
I've
use
known
dogs.
I've known like 2 people that actually do that. One of the guys used to take his 2 dogs with him, and his dogs would basically corner it, and then he'd come in, which seemed to work really well because the guy never was out of meat, like ever.
Yeah, they just use about an 8-inch knife and stuff, and the dogs corner them or whatever. Then they just charge in there, start pulling dogs off, and somebody grabs the hog and the other guy stabs it.
no, forget that. If I'm gonna go to Texas to hunt hogs, I'm hunting them from the chopper.
Oh, hey, Alan, if those first bullets weren't cool enough, I got some new powder.
Oh,
It definitely coats the bullets a whole lot better, and it even gets the bottoms.
wow. Yeah, that looks like it's a lot better coating.
Oh yeah, definitely, it definitely is.
what you got?
Oh, that's the 9mm.
I mean, what
as far as powder? That Eastwood. I got some navy and I got some dark green.
That 4 dark blue is like my favorite Eastwood powder. Got some of that mirror red, and that stuff is awesome too.
I like my gold ones.
Kind of looks like copper.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say it almost looks like a tarnished penny.
Yeah, almost.
It looks
A lot
like
of
some
bullets.
of my brass when I used that old regular corn cob method.
Yeah, that mirror red's nice, man. It coats well. I like that a lot.
does. And it's a pretty color too.
Yeah, I got a few other ones I got to try out, but I gotta get some casting going and knock some stuff out.
So, M. Gabriel, my buddy, where the Bullet Man Molly coats rifle bullets. So,
Huh. Interesting question.
a Lyman Universal Trimmer. I have the Hornady Camlock trimmer. So is this a lathe style trimmer?
Yeah, I have no idea. AOK too, because I don't really use. I just use a drill and freaking hand thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you got. I got 2 different universal ones. I got the I got the Frankfurt Arsenal sitting here. Still got to set that one up. But the main one I've been using is the Little Crow Gunworks, and this thing works like a charm.
Yes, it's the lathe style. I don't know. See, with this one right here, all I have to do is
Are you just doing one caliber, or are you doing multiple calibers? Tack.
well, I'm sure the lineman's good if you can figure out what's wrong with it. Let me y'all carry on. I'll find her a YouTube video unless Bald and Curious already did.
I say with reloading, there's a learning curve. You're going to crush a lot of brass and mess up a lot of bullets, but it's really not that hard. You just got to be diligent, and you end up finding out why you're messing things up because you didn't read all the instructions to begin with.
You only read the instructions once you've already screwed it up enough many times that you go, all right, fine, I'll read the damn instructions.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When everything else fails, you read the instructions, right?
You start reading instructions when you got a box like this full of crushed brass.
Why do you have a box of crushed brass?
Talk about a learning curve.
I recycle. This is 3 years worth of brass.
If the instructions don't work, I put a link out there for the Little Crow Gunworks. It works good.
So, Daniel, you gonna smelt that brass down and make some projectiles with it, or?
Now, I do have a buddy that's a master machinist. Maybe I'll just have him melt it all down and make me some bolts. He's a reloader. He's a reloader too.
Yeah, that's got to be good. Know somebody that's a machinist and a reloader. Absolutely.
Okay. I hit the wrong button. I thought I was muted. I just blocked myself. Thack, I put a link to a Fortune Cookie 45LC video about that, and I'll watch it when I get off, when we finish up here tonight, and refresh myself on it. And then Scotsman has my number. You can give me a call, and we'll hash it out together. It looks very similar to the Hornady, except for it looks like you're going to have to turn that thing around and around several times to get it to lock in. But other than that, not having one and not having used it, I would have to study up on that a little bit. So I got a question for you guys, and you guys you watched that earlier? Sorry, hon. Okay. Everybody took off. I was getting ready to ask a question. With the state of things the way they are, is in the gun community, and with everything being as expensive and hard to come by, what are you expecting from the Black Friday sales this year?
Zero.
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
I want to do what I've always done on Black Friday. Sleep in.
I'm not expecting to see anything.
Worst part is I don't really need anything either.
Is there a possibility that Cyber Monday is going to be better? probably. But I'm not expecting much at all, if anything.
Yeah, I'd probably wait more for Cyber Monday than anything.
Yeah, I thought we'd all have the same opinion.
What they're going to consider deals is going to be what regular pricing was before all this bullshit.
Yeah, maybe 10%. Oh, yeah, there you go. But regular price before all this.
Scotsman, I got some bad news for you because Cyber Monday, there's no signal there. There's zero, no signal at all. I'm going to save you money.
I'm going to save myself money. I got nothing to spend.
Yeah, so all you guys think the same thing, huh? Jerry Parker T-shirts and stickers. Yeah.
So switch gears here. The Kenosha Kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, has been released out on his whole paid $2 million bail, paid partially in part by the guy from My Pillow, whatever that guy's name is. I'm terrible with names. And 80s child star Ricky Schroeder.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Ricky Schroeder.
So, I mean, you haven't heard about Ricky Schroeder in years and years, and you know, he's got to be a good guy. I mean, if he's trying to help out this kid that just defended himself, for goodness sake.
Meantime, Alexandria Cortez already tweeted about white supremacy because he got released on a $2 million bail. If he was a Muslim, he would never get released, or something to that extent. She's a freaking liberal retard.
Oh, Hollywood! You know, if he was an extremist, all those mayors and governors and stars would be lining up to bail him out.
Well, this is the thing. It's white privilege, you know.
Well, the thing that I didn't understand that came down the pipeline was the reaction the Black Rifle Coffee Company had for him wearing a Black Rifle Coffee Company t-shirt.
So I saw that video from Johnny. I watched it right before we jumped on because I wanted to see what that was all about. Kind of disappointing from them, but I kind of agree with Johnny in the first place. They should have kept their mouth shut, said nothing.
Yep.
You know, it's not like he's promoting anything bad or anything like that. So
I want to get back to Cyber Monday.
Wearing your merch, you shouldn't have to. I mean, you're going to go defend yourself because somebody is wearing your merch.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing about the whole thing is he's still innocent. He's not been proved guilty for nothing. So there's no reason for them to jump in and do a retraction letter or of sorts where they're saying that we have nothing to do with him.
Scotsman, I got the news for you. This is the 21st century America. You're guilty until proven innocent.
I know.
Unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
I know. That's how they do it now.
Yeah, that's the way it is. You got to prove your innocence before.
Unless you're
anybody watched the video of the cops getting thrown out of the? It looked like a some kind of bar or restaurant up in Buffalo, New York. These were like sheriff's deputies with I'm guessing somebody from the health department.
That's precisely what it was.
And there was like they were not wearing masks, and they gave them all this shit. And the guy just told them, "Get out of here. It was his private property. Get out. And if you want to arrest me. Otherwise, get the hell out of here. Come back with a warrant." And the guy that's buying a house from me, one of the houses, he's actually sheriff's deputy as well. So I forwarded him that link, and he says that shit's gonna happen more and more, especially if we're gonna see a second shutdown. People are gonna go nuts, you know.
Yep.
But everybody everybody's fed up with all this bullshit and the way the election turned out. Not the way the election turned out. Like, I mean, if Biden won fair and square, then so be it. You know, we're gonna accept it and move on. But with all this crap going on and everybody just blindly following the media having so much power, so much power, and people just eat that shit up without fact checking. I mean, every single post the Trump or pro-Trump organization makes on a Facebook gets followed up with a little hashtag from Facebook about election and about whether it's true or not, and same thing on the Instagram. And it's just there's no freedom in a social media. You're being brainwashed no matter where you turn.
We got Midas out there. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Midas, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. So that stuff pisses me off, and something needs to change. And obviously, writing and talking to our congressmen and senators, it's not doing it, because our voices don't get through, because people that get elected, nobody understands how the hell they get elected. So that's just my question is, if something would have happened, something extreme, something extreme that we would have to do to actually take the country back. Like, I'd be curious how many people would actually do something. I mean, everybody is high in mind. Everybody talks a lot, but when it boils down to, you take care of your family, your house, and everything else comes second. So
I think Wes S. has a very, very good, valid comment that
in other words, he called you out, Daniel. This sucked.
Well, okay, all I got to do is say this. He's a Glock boy. And I know this. His wife has a 19X. And she shoots better than Wes. Fact. It's on video.
All I can say is Daniel knows a whole lot about his wife.
Oh, no. I mean, now she's always in the side chats talking and stuff. And she had when she won a gun. And yes, it was a but it was a 19X, the only that I would ever even think and consider buying. But yeah, she was out there just knocking stuff all over the place. I really haven't seen Wes shoot a gun yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a video of him shooting one.
His wife was shooting. She was hitting stuff. But you never see Wes in any video shooting or hitting anything. Love you, Wes.
Are you saying Wes is like a Yankee Marshal?
Now, Wes actually has more common sense than Yankee Marshall.
Well, that's not a very difficult job to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dogs have a more common sense than him.
And one dog eats the other dog's shit. So what's that say?
No, my dogs are good. I feed them well. They don't do that shit. My big dog even goes shits in the woods. I don't have to pick nothing up. Little one, sometimes she craps on along.
Yeah, but they still greet each other by smelling each other's butt, man.
Yep.
And that seems to be right up his wheelhouse.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, Kyle Rittenhouse, I'm glad that he's out and can focus again on his defense. It's gonna be a hard road. I still don't understand why the felon that shouldn't have owned a gun hadn't been arrested.
Probably because he's got some leftist backing. We don't want to arrest him because that would be bad. That'd definitely be bad.
Well, what did they charge him with? What are his charges?
Oh, he's what is it? The murder or some shit like that?
Yeah, he's facing like 2 counts of murder,
Yeah.
assault with a deadly weapon, everything they could stack on there.
Well, they're gonna have a hell of a time proving murder, so because there's no premeditation other than they're gonna claim he went there with a gun in to shoot somebody. That might be the only thing, and that's
what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and that's far fetched. I mean, who the hell knows? I mean, thing is, they asked for a maximum bail of. I mean, they was kind of hoping it's only going to be $1 million, and they asked for maximum, even though the kid's not flight risk, he surrendered himself and all that. It's just the cards are stacked against him. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, you read the news articles about that. They're doing the news. The media is making everything they can to make that kid look bad. They said he fled back to his home state. But the videos show where he went right up in front of the police car and got down and tried to surrender right there, but they told him to move on.
Yeah, well, that don't matter to them.
The PD that can be seen in the video while the incident happened. He was running towards that PD when the incident happened. After the incident, that's immediately where he went. That law enforcement didn't want a thing to do with them. Told him, "Get out of here. We don't want anything. Get out of here." He attempted to seek law enforcement immediately, and they didn't want anything to do with him. So what did he do? He drove the 20 minutes back to his house. What are you supposed to do?
No, the kid did everything right after. He did everything wrong before. His ass should not be there in the first place, period. And his parents should be kicking themselves in the ass that they let him go over there. Okay? There's a time and place for everything, and he was out of time and out of place. I mean, everything he did after he actually fired the shot, he did right. He pointed the gun right, his trigger discipline and everything. Nobody else got shot. He did everything right. He tried to surrender. Everything was right. Bottom line, he was not supposed to be there in the first place. It's not his place. It's not his job. He's not a law enforcement. So he basically acted sort of like a vigilante. And that's what they're gonna try to fry him on. Yep. I would not let my kid, and my kid's freaking 6'5", 300-pound freaking linebacker. I would not let him go there to do this shit because that's not his place. End of story. If my kid would be 25-year-old, a security guard, and he would be paid to be there and do that job, that's a different scenario. But 17-year-old kid should not be there, period.
How did the 17-year-old get a stimulus check?
That's something they just, I don't know. They probably figured out that his parents got one, because AR didn't look like $1,200 AR.
Yeah, the media said the kid got a stimulus check and gave the money to his buddy to buy it.
Media say a lot of things, so
don't
believe everything they say.
They're putting out a lot of bull.
So that's we'll see how they're gonna play out. But even though there was a white kid and they only shot the white kids, they still try to spew a freaking race card into it somehow. Like that drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's because they're all dumbasses. They don't know what they're doing. Well, they do know what they're doing, but they're doing backward shit.
Yeah, and then the first guy that got shot, that Rosenbaum or whatever hell his name is, he was a child molester or something. No, he was a registered sex offender, and he just got released from a mental hospital like a day before. Like this whole thing, like why was the guy that just got released in the protest over there. Like, who released him? And like you know, and just like Alan said, what about the guy that got shot in the arm that pointed the Glock at him? I mean, they're praising the guy because he wanted to empty the magazine, but he couldn't muster the courage. Like, how come he's not in jail? He's a felon with the gun in his hand. How is that not offense? How is not in jail for that automatically? So there's like a double-edged sword.
YouTube royalty out there. Look at that, Channel Cat Chaser. What's up, buddy?
Oh, that's royalty in the house.
We are about the halfway point. You want to run through the side chat?
I definitely will, because I mean, we got names like that out there. Good criminy. It's Car K9, the Channel Cat Chaser, Chico Wise, Dennis B, M. Gabrielle, NEPA Gun Talk, New York Outcast, Pistol Pete, Red October, which I don't know why he keeps yelling at us, Truth Freeze, Wes 8S. Yeah, I don't know what the heck just happened to the list there. AR Gun 1776, Blue Healer 260, Jerry Parker, Kingpin. Yeah, there's hidden minimalist. Yeah, there's others out there, but I'm just not going to recognize you. Anonymous American. Glad to see an American name out there.
Anonymous American. Another Ohio boy. Or at least his wife is.
Hey, can somebody boot Dennis B, or at least put him in a timeout?
You can do it.
I got full hands.
Squatch Reloading piping up out there. What up, Squatch?
Squatch, you should have had squirrel at the fin. There was plenty of acorns.
Yeah, Chris 338, HMR Weapons Machinist. Yeah, Dennis B. There's just a number of names out there that for some reason YouTube doesn't want to admit that you guys are watching.
Well, of course, Dennis B. Nobody likes him. That's why the YouTube doesn't show him.
Yeah, G, I always do. Every single time. It's accidentally on purpose, brother, I swear.
So what's everyone got coming up this week? Obviously, we got Thanksgiving coming up, and to all the tyrant governors out there, if you happen to see this, go fuck yourself. Don't obey any fucking limits. That's bullshit. Have as many fucking people as you want. Have a funeral for your turkey. Then kiss my ass.
Well, speaking of governors, after the chat, I'm going to release the video, or maybe tomorrow. We have the most freedom-loving governor in the New York. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to prove it.
Well, I've got like 4 houses that I have to be at everywhere from 9 in the morning to Lord knows at night on Thanksgiving. Up until then, I am actually off work this week. Something about my boss walked up, handed me a candy bar, asked him what it was for, and it was so that you don't forget I gave you this candy bar when you come in shooting everything up. Okay, valid. You're off the list. But I'm actually off this week, so I'm going to be doing a lot of loading. A lot. That and probably screwing around with some remote control car stuff.
Yeah, you're going to load till you run out of primers, right?
Pretty much. Yep. That is actually my plan. Is I'm going to keep loading until I run out of primers.
How many primers do you have?
So you're gonna be done after like 200 rounds.
Not that far off, Bald. Not that far off. I think I've honestly, in small pistol primers, I think I've only got about 900 left.
Yeah. You got any small rifle?
Nope.
No.
Got no small rifle. And even as large pistol primers, I'm down to like 1,200. So that's gonna be getting loaded up very shortly as well. Which I find semi peculiar because I go to scout for 10 millimeter brass, and even that isn't really obtainable even online. No, Triple C, nobody's going to tell you not to change. No, nobody's going to change your mind on that.
10 millimeter, man. Have at it.
Yeah, 10 millimeter, man. Have at it. I'm just saying. It ain't no Delta Elite, but I love me some 10 millimeter. I would, I'll trade you this. You want to get me a Delta Elite? I'll hand this Rock Island over to you any day of the week.
I actually like my Kimber. I sold my Delta Elite to my cousin. I actually like that Kimber a little better. Although the Kimber had little issues, you know, Delta Elite ate everything without problems, but it's just it's a little nicer gun. At least in my humble opinion.
Oh, I will take any 10 millimeter brass anybody wants to send me. Absolutely, I will.
Add me to the list.
I honestly might actually run out of brass before I run out of primers. Because this damn thing wants to throw brass like it's going out of style, and it's hard to find. But a lot of people that I know are trying to buy 10 millimeters because that's one of the few ammos that are actually available. 10 millimeter for some reason doesn't sell as well in stores, and so people are going, hey, I might buy a 10 millimeter because every time I go in looking for 9, they've got 10. And I'm like, that's because I haven't been there yet. Because I'll still buy factory loads simply so that I can get the brass.
Yep.
Now, Al, didn't you just do a big improvement on your shooting area?
Yeah. And in all actuality, weather coming in, it's not complete.
Okay. I'm just saying, when you get ready to complete it, lay a bunch of pea gravel down down on there.
That's part of the plan. That's part of why it isn't complete yet. And I'm gonna have to do it probably 15-20 yards behind me in order to catch this thing throwing brass. This thing just chucks brass. Pistol Pete has a very good point. You know, change the recoil spring. The pistol itself handles really well. It's just a matter of how far it just throws the damn brass.
Yeah, Squatch started casting that same bullet I use in 40, and he's got quite a few 10 millimeter rounds loaded up.
Yeah, Scotsman, whenever you can send my info to Squatch.
Yeah.
I'm amazed Squatch don't have it already. Shit, most of half the chat already has my info, but
yeah, I sold my Colt Delta Elite to my cousin when he was here. I gave him all my brass and bullets I had, And then I found a stash of freaking 10 millimeter. I'm like, oh, what the hell am I gonna do with it? So I bought another 10 millimeter. Now I gotta look for the brass and bullets all over again. Good thing is I can use my 40 bullets.
Here you kicked me a bunch of projectiles, and then that happened.
No, I have projectiles. I have a bunch of 40s, so that's not an issue. I just need the brass. And to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of large pistol primers because I don't shoot almost anything with it. Even the 45 I shoot, everything is small pistol. So I probably have maybe 2,000 large pistol primers. So thankfully I don't shoot a 10 millimeter too much.
Sounds like Alan may need a 10 millimeter revolver.
Everyone needs a 10 millimeter revolver.
Yeah, it actually, JH, the last gun show that I went to weekend before last, that is exactly what I was looking for. And just didn't come across it. Been looking at a few of the different local stores, hadn't been coming across it. But it's been getting by far more tempting to get a 10 millimeter revolver.
Well, you guys can say what y'all want about me and the crazy Scotsman about shooting revolvers and the old Smiths and all that kind of stuff, but hey man, we don't have to bend over pick up no brass. You understand what
I'm right.
I tell you what.
So there's that. I mean, yeah.
There's a reason why Scotsman always picks on me about trying to snag his stuff. I've shot his Smith & Wessons. If I was to become a thief, I know 2 or 3 things would be the first things on my list. Smith, he has got some sweet revolvers.
Yes, he does.
I mean, I was shooting them single action and double action at 60 yards at steel.
Yep. Yeah, you were doing good with the 28, which I got to do a video on that here soon. I got to get that uploaded, do a video on 28.
So who shoots a 500 Smith & Wesson? I was watching Kentucky Ballistic and I got a hankering for a 500 Smith & Wesson snub-nose.
What would be the point of a 500 snub nose?
I don't know. What the hell? What's the point of 500 in general?
Grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and carryability while you're hunting and run up on a grizzly bear in Alaska or Montana or South Dakota. See, y'all, I'm afraid to go to Montana or South Dakota on a hunting trip because I might not come back home.
Might accidentally forget how to get back, right?
Yeah.
He'd come home when that snow flies.
Yeah, Georgia boys don't do well in the cold. I'm just saying.
And when I need to get brass picked up, I got a Daniel. Daniel does it all for me.
Well, he's short. He doesn't have to bend too far.
I can't bend. Scotsman picked it up for me.
Yeah, and it's way down there for the Scotsman.
I'll be right back.
You got that right, man. You got that right.
Yeah, I was almost trying to think, how am I going to fix a brass catcher onto the side of this thing? If I, just create a Picatinny mount, maybe. I don't know.
What you could do is you'd have to try and figure out exactly where it's landing for the most part, but you could get that net. Caldwell makes the big ass net. You could stick that out there.
Yeah, I've seen that big giant drum looking bucket thing. It's sort of like the penny drop you see in some stores, They'll just swirl down into the bucket. It's okay. I would, if that was the case, I would probably even actually look into that, because it's pretty consistent in how far it throws it. It's just once I get over there, I have no idea where the crap's at. Do I need a 500? No. Yeah, I'd love one. Try a 24-pound recoil spring, huh, Pete? I'll have to look into that.
Why don't you just put up some post and staple a tarp to it? That way your brass hits the tarp and it's all down at the bottom of the tarp.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I could even just get like portable stands.
Yeah.
Just so that the brass bounces off of it. That's a damn good idea.
I was gonna do that, but usually I got Scotsman around, so it wasn't worth my time and effort to dig the post holes when I got him.
Yeah, but couple of maybe 4 pieces of electrical conduit, so a roll of duct tape, and a blue tarp. You're in business.
Obviously, Squatch is on his own.
Yeah, Daniel, you get 101 down here sometime soon. He's got a bunch of stuff to shoot.
Yeah,
Like silly stuff.
I think Squatch has been in his pain meds again for that arm, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, so there's been a number of people jumping a bunch of different social media platforms and heading over to Parler. Have any of you on the panel joined Parler yet?
I have not, but I'm thinking seriously about it because my buddy Lever Guns 5110 went over there, and I don't even know what it is, but I'm imagining like a combination Instagram/Facebook kind of thing for conservatives and gun-loving hillbillies like me.
Speaking of Cyber Monday, I'm gonna have to buy a new chop saw. That's why I was showing you the chop saw I reviewed like 2 weeks ago. Bit the dust on me.
I'm sorry, man, but wasn't nobody talking about Cyber Monday anymore. That was half hour ago, dude.
It just crossed my mind. And I'm pissed about it because there's a little module that burned out and you can't buy it. You gotta buy the entire motor assembly, and it's $350. You can buy an entire sofa probably $650.
So what kind of whiskey we got in the glass tonight?
Same old, 4 Roses.
I bet it smells beautiful.
Good old 4 Roses. And I took your advice. I don't drink it with the ice anymore. But I do not like it warm. It's got to be like room temperature. But room's got to be like 70 degrees, not freaking, 95.
Right. There's a limit. Never heard of Rumble Squatch. Blue Healer's on Parler. West Covina's on Parler.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people signing up for Parler.
What's a Parler?
It's I guess according to Andy 79Z28, it's like Twitter, but supposedly they're not into censoring.
Oh, I thought it's like a new hookup site.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like a gay hookup site, doesn't it?
Well, you would know.
So you would think I'd know more about it if that was the case. But no, I haven't. I've heard very briefly also about Rumble as well. So I don't know.
There's Rick,
Hey, he's just
Mr.
discovered.
Chapin. Mr. Chapin joined us too. Hey, Curtis, what's up, brother?
We got It's Just Six covered out there. I'm surprised he's not live. He's probably gonna go live right after us.
Probably. He's probably in the reloading room. That thing's getting pretty crazy.
You know, I'm thinking about it here. Right after this weak gun season, that might be a good time to get 101 and Scotsman all together.
Yeah, that'd be good, man.
That sounds like a dangerous proposition, Daniel. Why?
That's a lot of people to pick up my brass. Huh?
Why the hell would you want to do something like that? That sounds just flat dangerous.
Because he needs more brass. So when people come and shoot at his place, it's like a lost brass match. He gets to keep the brass. Am I right?
That's the theory.
Yeah, you could shoot 9mm, but you can't shoot 380.
You just got to be quicker than Daniel at picking the brass up and then putting it in your own tub.
I got rid of my 380. I mean, I've got bullets here that are ready to be put in 380, and we don't have no 380. I'm getting ready to melt them down and make 9mm out of them.
No, man, you can use those in 9mm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you can just load them in 9.
They're 90 grain.
That's okay. You load the 90 grain. My buddy shoots back home in the old country. He shoots basically bullseye style shooting, and he's loading these like 85 grain rockets, and he swears by them. And I seen the targets, and he's shooting a 9mm STI, and that's all it is. It's like like 85 or 90 grain bullets, and they freaking fly like 1,200 feet per second or something. And he swears by them. So you have them, just load them up.
So I got this Lee 2 cavity mode 356 102 1R. It's supposed to be 102 grain. It comes out to about 105. And that is my favorite bullet for my CZ75. I mean, you don't even have to aim, man. Just point it right there at 15 yards. You got a group the size of your fist right there, man. Just a hole in the paper.
Hey, Jamie, we might have to ban Curtis.
That's horrible. That's just.
Not only is he shooting 380, it's a terrible gun.
Oh my God! Who the hell is freaking shooting 380 in a Glock? Come on, that's all wrong. That's all wrong.
Y'all just got to know Curtis. Curtis is an equal opportunity kind of shooter guy, man. He has some eclectic, I believe would be the correct word, taste in firearms. He likes the Argentine Mausers, but the regular stock Argentine Mausers is not right. He goes for like the jungle carbine version and stuff like that. He's a good dude, man, and he knows stuff. He can recall stuff to memory so much better than I can. He's a very smart guy, but he can actually remember all that stuff. So whereas I learned it one time and forgot, he recalls all that stuff at the drop of a penny. And he's a pilot. He flies around. Y'all need, if you don't know William C. Chapin, go check out his channel. He used to do these videos live from the range, and they were either on Wednesday or Thursday evening. Thursday evenings, most of them I remember, and
yeah,
we'd have a good time. So yeah, go check out Curtis's channel. I'm sorry, William C. Chapin.
I hate the freaking fact that YouTube took away the ability to sub to somebody's channel right away from the chat. It just sucks. It doesn't make any sense at all. It was so easy. You wanted to see the guy's channel, you clicked on him, then you go. Now you got to search and all that. That sucks.
You know, Paul, there's one constant in life. The only one constant in life is change.
Okay, Jamie, question. How hard can you load a 45 long Colt in a rifle? Can you load it close to 45-70?
For a
Oh, no.
rifle, no. 45-70 is a bruiser and a brute. Let me look it up for you. I just happen to have a load manual right here. Handy. Curtis loads 45 long Colt.
I load 45 long Colt for the Rossi circuit judge.
See, he
But,
would know the answer to that question without having to look it up. Okay, this is TC Contender and Encore, which they have their own section in this book. So apparently they're very strong. So let's look in that for rifle data. What do you think?
Yeah, Blue Healer. Kingpin is the quick on the draw. He was able to get that link out there before me. Daniel be pimping his 45 long Colt right Dyer out the Hornady book.
Yeah. 3rd edition. How
So
many
what
grain?
weight- What weight,
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah, never mind. I'm looking at the 45-70 and you got a lot more options. You can go from 200 all the way to 535 grain bullets. So fuck that. I'm getting 45-70.
Yeah,
I was
this
gonna
long
get-
Colt, my book only shows 200 grain and 250 grain hollow point.
Well, mine goes all the way up to 325 grain.
No, this one I'm looking at the 45 Colt rifle data, and basically the hardest I see is just over 250 grain, jacketed HP, about 1,124 feet per second. That's probably the fastest I see. The 45-70 is way over it. I mean, you can get a 535 grain bullet at 1,520 feet per second.
That's going to hurt, man.
For what? Who cares? It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna buy some. Something like that can take pretty much any game in North America.
Yeah.
What's up, Brick?
What is going on?
Shortest man on YouTube.
The what? The shortest man on YouTube? Yep.
No, I think that's me.
Hey, listen, Rick. If you actually put all those guys on the chat to work, that studio would be done by now.
I know. You would think as soon as I went live, they all left.
So where are you at on that? How's it coming along?
I'm actually putting some more spackle up, trying to tape all the lines and do all that. I put another piece of drywall over there, another one on the door. It's coming along, but there's a lot of work. A lot of work.
How's your mudding job?
It sucks.
I got one advice for you from the fellow guy that can't mod at all. Moldings are your friends.
Yeah. No, it's for not, this isn't my profession, obviously, but it's turning out okay. It's turning out pretty decent.
And any areas that don't turn out decent, stucco effect.
Stucco.
Make it
effect.
stucco.
There you go.
Sponge, just like your rifles. Just use that sponge on it.
I like it. Camouflage walls. Dun dun dun. No, it's well, you guys have seen it. I haven't changed much. I put another countertop on this one, and I'm waiting for inline fabrication to my order to show up. Ordered a few parts from them, so the reloading will commence after all that stuff shows up.
Cool, man. Now it's been looking good from what I've seen on the streams. It's been looking good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's coming along. I still gotta do the vault door, still gotta do the urinal and the wash basin for washing brass. A couple more shelves in there, paint the walls, and then pretty much I can just start reloading. So that's it. It's coming along though. Appreciate it. How's everybody
Hey,
doing?
where that pipe comes down, just box it with some wood.
This one I want to get rid of completely though.
Oh, okay.
It's just one white, that clear pipe, whatever that stuff is. I'm just going to run it that way and tie it in. Right now it goes around and over to there. I'll just have it go that way. And then
Greg, how tall is the ceiling in the basement?
not very tall. Look. Oh, wait, hold on.
Wow.
So it's only like 5 foot in there.
It's 4'8".
No, I was just saying.
What you're saying is I'd be hunched over in there. Is what you're saying.
Now I got Sam. I don't know if you guys know Sam. He's 6'4", and he's fine.
Oh shit!
Oh, so you are actually going to be able to put the reloaders on a bench, not just have to bolt them
I
down
will, but for the Dillon 650, I got to run the 4.5-inch strong mount from Inline Fabrication.
All right, so that what you just did, reached the ceiling, told me everything. So if you can reach the ceiling, it means it's less than 7 freaking feet.
Hold on, I'll get a tape because I got one close by.
Nah, I was just gonna say that on the beginning I suggested that you run a drop ceiling because it's better for acoustic and hiding the pipes. But if you don't have at least 8-foot ceiling, then it sucks.
There are some things you can put on the walls that helps the acoustics. And you do pictures on them or whatever. I mean, we got them at our church and they work great.
It's 80.5 inches, so it's
6'8".
7'8".
80.5 inches is not 7'8".
Oh, 6'8".
Yeah, that's what I said, 6'8", because so basically you have a height. Your ceiling height is a door height, because standard doors are 6'8".
It's exactly where it is, right at the door line.
Whoever built that house should be shot that he didn't give you 8-foot basement.
I'm fine with it. That's what happens when you're a short troll. It don't matter.
So you're telling me if I come over there, I only got like a 4-inch clearance, actually 5-inch clearance?
Yep.
Holy shit.
And right here, you'll have to duck.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I hit my head all the time on chandeliers and all the other crap.
Yeah. Anytime I go to Eric's, I get a duck at Eric's place.
And there's no access to the basement from the top. You got to go outside through that door.
Yep.
And there's no windows, right? Either.
There is 3 windows.
So you put the bars on the windows, vault door, and you set. So somebody gonna need a jackhammer to get through the freaking foundation.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, if someone wants to get in here, they could.
Oh yeah, but it'll take time and make noise.
Correct.
Because I was gonna do the same thing. I had part of the garage, and I was gonna build like a cement block wall and put the wall door and basically do like a walk-in vault. But now I said screw it and bought a big ass safe.
Well, that was the thing. I was gonna put a couple safes in here, and then I'm like, I could just turn this into a big safe and call it done. Let me put it over here. I'm gonna do some drywall while we're bullshitting.
We're gonna watch Bob the Builder in the action.
No, you're gonna keep talking about whatever you're
talking. So everyone out there, let's see the comments on how he's doing and give him advice.
Am I doing it well? This is already dry.
Wait, he's putting mud over dry mud?
No.
Yeah,
this was here, but yeah. If it needs it.
Yeah, Daniel, you gotta put 3 coats where you live.
Well, you sand it between coats.
No, you don't. You only sand if you don't know what the fuck are you doing.
Well, I guess I don't know what I'm doing. That's why
No, you do 2 coats, sand, and put a 3rd coat, and then lightly sand after. That's it.
What, you build houses for a living or something, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
I thought he just hired people.
Well, I do hire people, but believe me or not, I gotta do another update on the freaking on the houses because I hired this 4 guys that I got working for me now. One of them worked for me before. He's a roofer. He's not a framer. I know him. The other guys I got on Facebook, and in first hour I knew none of them are framers, even though they claim they have experience. I knew none of them ever framed a house in their life. That probably the best they ever did is help the neighbor build a deck. That was it. And I still managed to build a freaking entire almost 3,000 square foot house in 2 weeks. 2 weeks of actual working time. Took us 4 weeks because it was raining and we only worked 2 days here, 2 days there. But so there's no such thing as a bad helper. It's just a bad boss. You just gotta figure out who knows what and how to pair them up. And sometimes you gotta put your foot down and raise your voice.
Just
When
like
you
watching paint
retire
dry.
and you move to Tennessee, you can make like treehouse deer stands for people.
No, once I move to Tennessee, all I want to do is just boss people around.
What you got, Bald?
I got about 250 of 9mm. I loaded while we were bullshitting. I hate wasting time.
Yeah, it's because you work for yourself. You work for somebody else, you wouldn't mind it so bad.
No, I generally, even when we chat, I'm freaking. I try to keep my hands busy.
I get it, man. I know.
Hey, anybody out there want some fake
That's why
silver?
it's always just like from the chest up that you only see in the chats.
Yeah, thanks for the mental image.
So what'd you say about stacking silver?
I said, does anybody want some fake silver?
Oh,
This is what happens when you go buy shit drunk online.
never go to Amazon to buy silver.
No, it wasn't Amazon. It was some link that popped out and it looked so good and you don't read it. And then when it shows up and you put magnet to it and you go back and you lead the ring and it says, oh, it's silver plated. So I got a long story short, I got about $300 worth of gag gifts.
Oh,
So Rick, how long are you staying up doing that stuff? Are you staying up most of the night, or are you just working throughout the day, or
Feel like doing it?
he just muted himself?
No, we
I did.
just couldn't hear it.
Test.
Yeah, I can hear you now. There you go.
Someone had called, so I had to hit the button. I do it whenever I can at night. Sometimes I'll stay up super late at night. Be like, oh shit, it's 3 o'clock in the morning kind of deal, but just whenever.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have to wake up to go to work next day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah. You get to go to competitions and shoot all the time, reload, buy
Yeah.
guns.
Hang out with Ray.
It's a rough life, gentlemen.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Sounds like it, man.
We feel so bad for you.
I know. It's okay. Somebody's got to do it.
You need to buy some plush leather couches for the studio.
Even if I had them, I wouldn't put them in here because they'd be hammered. I got sawdust and all sorts of shit going on here right now.
No, when you furnish it out.
I'll be waiting for that donation, Daniel.
Well, Scotsman and I will run down and we'll bring that donation.
You should come down. I'm all over.
Hey, I've had some good things happen this fall, so I'm going to be road tripping quite a bit when the deer season's over.
Did you give me any deer meat for jerky yet?
That could happen. Usually I just take a couple of rumps over to the one gal I know and her husband. Oh my gosh, he makes some good deer jerky.
Thanks.
Why, do you make deer jerky?
I make jerky.
Oh, New
I
York.
just don't have any deer meat. to make deer jerky.
A New York Outcast asking if they showed up with the nice clean tools. No, they showed up with no tools. That's the worst part. I had all the tools, but I expected them to at least have a basic freaking pouch and hammer and all that.
Rick, Kingpin says you're hurting his eyes, man.
Yeah, Val, can you critique Rick's form on how he's slinging mud here?
Yeah, well, I'm no expert in slinging mud, but I can tell you he sucks at it big time. But you know what? He's the one who's got to sand it, so he's gonna find out.
Yep.
All Rick has is the cost of the mud in his own time.
I hope you're using the stuff in the bucket, not the one that you gotta mix.
No, it's a bucket.
Okay.
Did you whip it?
Whip it good.
Whip it good. No, I did not.
Yeah, that usually helps. Which one did you buy? The blue or the green?
It's a red and green.
Red and green. Ah, that's some other shit.
USSG all-purpose joint compound. I don't know. I bought the shit next to the drywall.
Where? Home Depot?
Lowe's.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why it's red and green. Okay. That explains a lot. That's okay. It's the same crap.
Yep, same shit.
Yeah, I think it's dusty in there. Just wait until you go to sand everything down. That'll be a good time.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait for that shit.
That's the toughest part of drywall is the sanding.
Well, what they do,
I mean, hanging drywall above your head, that's just a good time.
yeah, hanging drywall, it's all about, you know what? Like the guys I use, that's all they do. They hang drywall, okay? So my sheetrock guy basically has a crew with a bunch of guys that only hang drywalls, and then he has a crew with a bunch of guys that all they do is do the mudding. So these guys don't do anything else, okay? So they come in, and they will literally do the 3,000 square foot house in 2 days. You know, 5-6 guys will jump in, and they just go at it like a freaking animal. And then same thing, bunch of guys come in, do the mud job, and they will do the one coat in a day. They wait a day, they come a second day, do a second coat in a day. And when they sand, all the better guys these days use these sanders on a pole with a vacuum attached to it, which doesn't eliminate the dust, but it probably cuts it down to at least 50-60%. So that's a big help. You know, if you have a sanded drywall, if you can cut it down to half, that's a big freaking help.
I guess they got dryer sanders now that the hose goes into a water bucket and then out again. So that water bucket, I guess, catches most of it. I don't know. That's what I heard someone say on the chat.
Yeah, well, it's a little tougher than that. I mean, you gotta have. There's basically just two major companies that make like a pole sander with a attachment for it. One's a Porter Cable, one's a Festool. Festool is about twice the money of Porter Cable. But unless you're doing this for a living, you're kind of wasting money on that. So for a basement like that, you just, you know what, you cover everything up, you sand, you wait for the dust to settle, get the plastic out of the vacuum, and then go take a shower.
Hey, I got a question for you. It's a reloader thing. 44 Magnum. What should I use? Large pistol or large rifle? What's going to work better?
Large Magnum.
What do you got?
That's what I got.
Well, you got that's all you got. Then just use large pistol.
I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of difference.
That'll work fine.
Okay.
That'll work fine. But if you want some large Magnum, I can bring you some large Magnum.
Ultimately, how much is there a difference between large primers and large Magnum primers?
Yeah, I got a chronograph. I'll find out.
I personally never saw a difference because I'm using basically small Magnum pistol primers almost exclusively because I bought a bunch of them and I had zero issues. I did not have to adjust my load or nothing. So
Yeah,
I think the whole Magnum thing is just for the maybe more better ignition or whatever. But I don't think I have an issue. I wouldn't. I'll obviously load a couple just to go and try, but I doubt you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have any issues.
Oh.
Now, remember when everything else was out and they still had all just the large Magnum primers there still on the shelf? There hadn't been none there for 2 weeks.
Yep. Well, I bought some when I was there.
Yeah, I see primers. I buy primers. I don't care if they're Magnum, non-Magnum, whatever the hell, a rifle. I buy whatever I can see. And I don't really need them because I'm pretty stocked up. But you know what? I know the weather's been good. So I went out shoot today. Not today. Today I only shot a couple of rounds. But I went out yesterday, did a bunch of shooting. Did some practice. But I'll probably have another week or two after that. It's gonna be too cold. So my shooting is gonna get down to dry fire. And dry fire I don't do a whole lot because I'm too lazy.
William mentions large pistol unless H110 or 296. Is that because those powders are slower burning or something?
One more time.
I'm using H110. So what's up?
Curtis is out there and hold on.
Yeah, Curtis posted large pistol unless H110 or 296. So why would that be? Is it just a slower burning or something?
Yeah, probably just a combination of certain powders.
The spherical powders are harder to ignite.
There you go.
Than the extruded.
Yeah. So for all of you that haven't seen it, Rick just moved the camera so you guys can see the awesome job he's doing. And he's doing it all himself to save some money. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he should probably open up another DIY channel. I think he should do that.
You think so?
And call it reloading, remodeling.
Rick's Rifles Repair and Reloading.
There you go. No, Rick's Rifle Remodeling and Reloading. There you go.
There it is.
We'll fix your rifle and we'll fix your home.
And yeah. It's coming along, gentlemen. It's coming along.
So I got that one right, according to Curtis. I love H110, man. That's
again, Danny, if you need Magnum, I can bring you some Magnum and we'll just trade off. Just give me regular large, and I'll trade you some Magnum.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. There's nothing Daniel has that needs anything Magnum.
One might ask how you know.
So come on, look at his size, look at his feet. That's all you need to know.
Look at the size of his hands and look at his feet. Scotsman, you showed a 32 auto. What do you have that's going to run that?
I have something that is very rare. I picked it up about 4 years ago. I haven't shot it yet because I couldn't find any ammo. And I found one box. So there'll be a video on that soon.
So, very rare. What's that pistol called? The one that it's like a round, it goes in your palm, and when you squeeze it, the barrel goes between your fingers, and when you squeeze it, it fires. You ever seen that?
I've seen one.
It's like a French one, isn't it?
And I think it's 32. My FFL has it. His gunsmith kind of fixed it, made sure it works. But it was some oddball caliber he couldn't find, and he wouldn't even think about letting me freaking shooting it. I'm like, come on, dude, what the hell? You're killing me.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you get into the 32 round. So basically, what it is it's a JP and it's in 7.65. So you got to be real careful. 7.65 is straight 32 auto, but there's a lot of different 32 calibers out there, so you really got to pay attention to what the gun is. But this is a JP. It's a 1913. It's pretty rare. Yeah, we'll get a video out on it soon. I was happy I could find some ammo, and was happy that my local gunsmith pretty much takes my word when I let him know about something. And when I saw that and I saw the price, and I said that's just too high. His wife was like, "Well, what do you think it's worth? And look it up. Tell me what you want to pay for it." And I did, and that's what happened. So I got it for $22. But they've always been pretty decent with me for the most part. I've appraised a few firearms and stuff for them as well, help them out that way. And so they tend to help me out with transfers and stuff like that. So
Look at that beautiful wood on that one. Golly. What is that, Daniel?
That's a custom. It's a 300 Weatherby Magnum. I can't touch it, so.
That's beautiful, man.
Oh, it must be your wife's.
Well, that was made by a guy named Dick Amons. And my dad bought this and a number of other ones just like it back in the 70s for $150 each. And those are either pre-64 actions or Mauser actions.
Okay, Daniel, I'll give you 320 and you can double your money.
Oh, I bet you would. Heck, you can't even get these made anymore. I mean, if you do, it's going to cost you a ton, thousands.
Okay, 500.
No.
You pay shipping. Yeah, Scotsman, like you were saying about how they treat you at the gun store, people don't realize it. Like, for example, when I go, like I said, the guy's not the cheapest guy. Usually he gives me a break on whatever I buy. I can probably always find it cheaper online. But then again, every time I sell a gun, or every time I do any kind of transfer, he haven't charged me a dime for any transfer yet. And I can literally go there. I can buy a $3,000 gun, walk out with a gun, and come back a month later and pay him. And he wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
Because he knows I'm good for it. He knows I never screw him. I never will. So it's all about building the relationship.
That's it, exactly.
And the nice thing about him is like I said, he's not the cheapest guy. But when the shit comes to shove, he's not the one that is gonna reprice all the ammo he's got on the shelf just because there's an ammo crunch that he can get a few bucks more. So that's like another thing about him. So I'm gonna put in a shameless plug. Tri-County Sporting Goods in Patterson, New York. Go check them out. Tell Joe Val sent you, and he's gonna be extra shitty to
you. More than likely, he will be.
And
you'll be lucky if you don't get thrown out of the store.
He'll expect you to be shitty too.
No, Joe's a quiet taste, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He did a bunch of fundraisers with Henry to raise money for a girl that needed a lung transplant, for a little kid that needed a heart transplant, and everybody pitched in. Everybody bought something. He's a good guy. And which makes me wonder, where the hell is my wife? She's still not home. Okay, Scotsman, next topic.
Next topic. Let's see. What do we got?
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
My scope finally came in.
Well, go ahead, show it, man. See what you got.
Give us the flyby.
What's the scope for? Arkham 6x24. First focal plane. Never heard of Arkin, but that seems like a decent scope.
Arkin's got some good scope.
I'm not saying they don't. I just said I never heard of them.
What are you putting that on, Jamie?
You'll see it soon enough.
You gotta do a story like that, huh?
Well, I told you I had a story for you. I'll talk to you. I think it's going on my 270 till hunting season's over, but
All right. Yeah, I'll give you a call after the chat.
we have another home for it later. This is a brick, man. It comes very well packaged, and you have the rubber and the sunshade comes with it. Zero stop. Zero reset. This one in particular is Mill MRAD.
Good job.
Can we hear this? Can y'all hear it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Very distinct. Check out the zero.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
How's the magnification? How hard is to turn the magnification?
Oh man.
The only gripe I got with my Athlon is you need a throw lever on it, because without it it's really
Hey,
hard.
I was gonna say, you got a set of calipers handy?
I do.
Measure that and tell me what size it is. I may have a throw lever for you.
Throw lever. Let me show you one. I got the throw lever that came with it,
Oh, I already came one. Okay, cool.
and bubble level.
All right, cool. Good deal.
So look how big this thing. It weighs 36 ounces. So that's over 2 pounds, right? 16 ounces is a pound, right?
Yep. Last time I checked.
You got it, Curtis. What is this? Is that where they purge it? Can you see that on the bottom?
Yeah, I guess every scope has one of those.
None of mine do.
No,
I've never seen that before.
I've seen that on mine too.
The clicks are very audible and it's just
Seemed like it's really positive click.
and everything moves, but it's not sloppy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
firm but movable.
Hey, Jamie, here's the gun you need to put it on. You know what that is yet?
Is that a Remington Model 8?
Yep, 35 Remy.
What I'm talking about. Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
guys
mind
can do it,
having
don't
one of those one day. But yeah, 6 to 24 power.
That looks good, man.
So I waited. I ordered this on September the 12th and paid for it, and it got here today. So I've waited a long time for this scope.
I'm glad it finally showed up, man. I know you're excited about that one.
I am. I've been waiting. This is Most money I've ever paid for a scope.
How much
It's
was
got
it?
the Christmas tree reticle kind of thing going on in there.
Yeah, show us the end of the box again. See what the reticle looks like.
Hey, Jamie, you're going to like that scope, buddy.
There you go.
What's it say? Does it say EBR2C on there or something?
BPR FFPM mill.
First focal plane, something.
BPR.
And that's going on the 270 for hunting season, huh?
For right now. But then again, the 270 has a scope on it that's already sighted in, so it depends on how much time we get between hunting trips. This thing just feels like a tank.
It looks like one.
Pony asked 34 millimeter tube.
Yes.
All right, it's getting about that time, guys. We'll start going through the room. We'll start with Val. If you want to go ahead, brother.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a great chat as always. You guys saw the link for GoFundMe. Please go help out if you can. If you can, just share the video. And at this point, I'll take any prayer I can get for Monica. My wife's still over there helping. Hopefully she's back from hospital. You never know. What's the saying? The hope dies last. So hopefully, things will turn around. So keep her in the prayers.
Absolutely. Always good to have you, man. Daniel?
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm just I'm just totally wrapped up in the hunting thing right now. And I need to get a certain address so I can send something out. Scotsman, you know what I'm talking about there. Yep. But you guys, that raffle that's going on for the Moulinet, it's going for a great cause, and it is a great gun.
Absolutely. 100%. Jamie?
I want to say that I made a donation on GoFundMe for Val's sister-in-law, and I hope all y'all will do the same. And very worthy cause, and I'll put her on my prayer list. I hope everything works out. So keep us updated, man, and we'll hope everything will go well for her and for your family. And Thanksgiving's this weekend. Y'all don't have to look far to find a lot to be thankful for. Friday nights at 8 o'clock, check us out on the Georgia Shooting Connection. And we'll be glad to have y'all join us there. Thanks for the link. Thanks for putting up with me, guys.
Always good to have you, man. Rick, we're getting out of here, brother. You want anything you want to throw out there?
Thanks for the invite. Hopefully everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and stay safe and try to do some shooting when you can. Oh, and leave one in the chamber. No, never mind. Keep it loaded or some bullshit. Come on, help me out.
He'll help you out at the end.
Keep your magazines loaded and
screw with it.
I kept saying you don't have to be smart to be a fireman. You keep proving this point every time.
I think this stuff's got a smell to it. I might be getting a little intoxicated.
There you go. Cool. And I appreciate everyone up in the side chat. Always plenty of people jumping in as always. Always good to have you out there. Good to see you all. And yeah, if you can jump over and help out Val, jump over and GoFundMe, that'd be awesome. Share it, like you said. If you can't donate, just share. Huge help there. And with that being said, we'll fire it over to Alan to take us out.
Oh yeah, awesome. Glad everybody was able to make it tonight. It's been a good chat. It's been entertaining. Watch Rick screw up a mud job, and you know, we've had some good conversation today or tonight. Something to keep us away from a lot of the BS going on, not only in our nation, across the world, and you know, in our personal lives, really. So going to be doing a little bit of shooting this week. Probably won't even bother to bring the camera because, yeah, why? But anyway, as always, keep your magazines loaded and one in the chamber. Thank you very much, everybody.